The Girth Hitch Master Point can be a great tool in a specific application. But this weekend, when we were at the AMGA conference back at the Petzl Technical Institute, we went back and did some testing again on the girth hitch. It still does hold, but there's some caveats to it. I've noticed a lot of people starting to carry these rings. And I start to have to question myself, if we're carrying an extra tool to do an extra thing, do we really need to do that thing? And I think there's a few reasons that I wouldn't use a ring to make my Girth Hitch Master Point. It makes sense because, of course, the ring doesn't have a gate that can be impeded because we're having to use something metal as our master point. But as you'll see here in a second, this is the reason that I think something that has more or less of a round stock and more of like an I-beam technology or H-shaped stock to it is better for the Girth Hitch Master Point, because it actually creates a little bit more friction in there. When we make the Girth Hitch Master Point, we use a ring. This is what not to do. So what happens is the hitch isn't crossing itself, so this can easily pull through. In fact, I'll just take this off right now, and I'm just going to start pulling this, and you'll start to see it slip through. And granted, it's going to take a lot. I'm probably not going to be able to do it here. I can only pull with about 50 pounds of force, but it already starts to slip. And kind of see how that's formed.
Yeah, I don't love it.
How we should do it is we need to make a magic X. So there's our magic X. So now when we put it through the ring, these lines all cross on each other. So they're actually fighting against each other in the hitch. So if one of these were to get cut, the second that we start to pull on this, even with it being loose, it doesn't slip at all, because these are already biting on themselves. Again, the big caveat for me though is I'm just going to use a carabiner. I'm going to go ahead and make my magic X and make the girth hitch on the carabiner, and try to keep whatever is going to be the most load over on the spine side.
Ready? Whoa. Ready? Yeah. Oh. Way different result.
As you can see here in the testing that we did, when we slow pull it on a ring, the hitch starts to actually slip through if we don't have the twist in the middle, and it slips through at quite a low kilonewton rating. Somewhere around 1 to 2 kilonewtons, we start to see some slippage in there. So, you know, is that the end of the world? No, but like if a sling would happen to get cut and there would be some force on it, that force is easily achievable in a climbing situation. So that's where the ring, and being such a smooth stock, I think I'm probably going to stick with carabiners that have some sort of I-beam technology in them. You know, to start carrying a specific tool to use another tool like a ring so that I can make a Girth Hitch Master Point, I don't know. I think I'm going to stick to just carabiners and only use it where it's applicable. Some ideas where it's most applicable for me is possibly in ice climbing or cold hand rock climbing, where I just don't want to undo knots, or the knots are going to be too hard. Maybe even somewhere where it might be freezing. That's where I think that I'm going to start thinking about the Girth Hitch Master Point. One of the keys with all of these little cool anchor things that we do is you have to remember these things are made for specific applications. Generally, just making a nice master point and working off of a master point is really going to set you up for success as a general climbing party. We do have all these things that are kind of fringe techniques, but you know, really the applications are quite specific, and you know, we just want to be super careful, because sometimes, you know, when we start trying these things out, we might be trying them outside of what their intended application is, and in fact not reducing our risk but raising our risk. If you like these tips, please like or comment below and let me know what you think.